I don't know who needs to hear this today, but this is for the woman who's been running herself into the ground, chasing the next big idea, the next money move, the next way out. This isn't a message about how to make more money. This is about why it's time to stop idolizing money and how surrendering it to God will give you more peace, more provision, and more purpose than you ever imagined. Because I'm literally walking through this right now. This isn't a reflection from the mountaintop. This is a prayer in the middle of the climb. It wasn't long ago that I found myself deep in plans, business blueprints, investment strategies, wealth building systems, all good things, smart things. But something started to feel off. I started to feel like I couldn't do this anymore. Not because I didn't believe in myself, but because I refused to keep living inside this matrix the world created, to keep us striving, chasing, always feeling like we're not enough until we have more. More money, more success, more freedom. But what does freedom even look like when you're enslaved to what you think will set you free? That's when it started. A feeling, a quiet resistance inside of me that said, there is more than this. But it won't come through hustling, it'll come through alignment. And then the experience hit. I had invested in a coin, something I believed in, and I got scammed. Just like that, I was back in temporary debt, scrambling to refill what I had lost, trying to fix it fast, looking for the next thing that would bring more money. But the truth is, God has already given me enough for what I needed. And instead of sitting with what He provided, I rushed. Because I wanted more. Because I didn't trust that enough would be enough. And now I'm watching myself come up with idea after idea, trying to turn everything into a stream of income, turning purpose into productivity, turning inspiration into pressure, until my grandmother reminded me, don't rush, these things are timed. That's when I realized my ideas weren't bad, but the obsession behind them was starting to come from a place of lack, not from a place of divine vision or sustainability, not from a place of purpose, just from a desperate need to make money fast. And that's not how God works. That's how the world works. We forget that even when we're talking to God, we're still human. And humans idolize. We don't mean to, but we do. We idolize love, we idolize success, we idolize being chosen, and yes, we idolize money. Because we think it's our way out, our way up, our way back to peace. But anything you put in front of God will lead you down a path of confusion, of imbalance, of guilt, of rushing and reacting instead of receiving. Even now, I'm sitting with the weight of how I fumbled what God already gave me, how I wasn't patient with the portion, how I didn't steward it with trust. I tried to manipulate the outcome, and it reminded me of something else, another blessing I wanted prematurely, motherhood. I wanted a child before God sent me my actual husband, and don't get me wrong, my baby is a blessing, but the tie that came with it, to a man I would have never chosen, never stayed connected to, that wasn't a part of the plan. God still blessed me, but blessings that come outside of God's timing often come with baggage. When we rush His process, we get what we want, but not how we want it. Not clean, not whole, not right. So let me say this to you and to myself. The money will come. The success will come. The overflow. It's already written. But only when you stop making the resource your source. Only when you stop letting anxiety about provision replace your trust in the provider. God does not want you living paycheck to paycheck. He does not want you in a life of struggle or survival. He is the God of abundance, but His version of abundance doesn't come through obsession, speed, or force. It comes through faith, alignment, and timing. When we put God first, not just in our prayers, but in our priorities, everything else falls into place. Sometimes not in the way we imagined, but always in the way that lasts. So no, this isn't a message about how to make money. This is a reminder that you are not behind, you are not broken spirit, you are not late to the promise. You are just being asked to surrender the idol, to stop seeing money as your way out, and start seeing God as the way in. Because when it's from Him, it's right, it's peaceful, it's whole, and it won't leave you scrambling or second guessing if it's for you. So, breathe. You don't have to hustle your way to the harvest. You just have to stay in alignment long enough for the soil to grow what God already planted. You are not too late. You are not lacking. You are not lost. You are being refined. And when it's time, you will rise. Not just with money, but with purpose, with wisdom, with God's favor covering every step.